All right, Chérine, it's so great to be speaking with you. Now that Simone Wepa was chosen, fans on Twitter have been reacting very positively. So, how are you feeling seeing all this love and excitement for your song?
Honestly, it has been amazing. I am so grateful. And yeah, no matter what happens on Saturday, this is like nobody can take this moment away from me. I've had so much positive reactions, and I'm just extremely grateful and like kind of in shock that all of this is happening. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so much, and I'm way too happy. Like I'm constantly smiling and super excited. So yeah.
That's great because I guess you really never know, right? When you put out a new song, what people are going to think. You might love it and you never know what the audience will. So it must be a good feeling.
Exactly. It was super scary at first. I thought like, what if it's not gonna be everybody's style, or you never know. So it's yeah, it's really scary, and it's you put yourself out there, and I felt so small, and now I'm starting to be like, okay, this is a good song no matter what happens, and I'm so happy with this.
That's so wonderful. And so I think a lot of people are really actually resonating with you as well as the song. So, like myself, I don't speak French, but watching you perform, it was like, I really connect to this. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like I connect to her and the energy of the song. And then I heard that actually this song was written about you having ADHD. And I thought that was really cool because I also have ADHD. And and like at times in my life, I've seen it as like a burden that like made life harder for me. But then other times, like I feel like it's kind of like a superpower. Like it's given me the ability to like have interests and, passions that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise. Like Eurovision, I think is one of those passions for me. And so I was wondering if you could just say a little bit about like, well, like to me, like it definitely seems like your superpower. Like you have a superpower in you. And I think it may be that little bit of difference in you. So can you say a little bit about, coming to accept that difference and also like embracing that positive aspect of who you are?
Well, when I was younger, it was really difficult because a lot of people told me, like, calm down and don't be too excited and you're too happy. And yeah, it was really difficult because I put myself in this box, like, okay, you can't do this, you can't be too much. And I don't know how, but like in my music, I don't have those limits. It's just like I let go of the ADHD, and it's just in my songs, and I start writing and I'm having fun and laughing, and nobody really cares about my ADHD at those moments because it's a creative space. And yeah, we just go with the flow, and it's easy to write a song with me because I'm like always excited and like, yeah, we have to do this. And so it's kind of, it has become a superpower, but I can tell you sometimes it's still a bit, it's too much sometimes. So like now with the recordings of the whole show we did a week, I sometimes tell myself like to calm down, like you have to be a little bit more calm, don't be too much. So sometimes I put limits on myself still, but I'm trying to accept the fact like this could be my superpower in my music, and for some people it's too much, but for the people like us, it's like finally.
Yes, a way to channel that energy. And I think that's just a part of, growing up and, learning who you are and, finding balance in your life, which is important for everybody, regardless of, what challenges they have.
Yeah, indeed, it's like it's a bit of a pathway to growing up, and I'm still a child, but like in I'm realize like with maturing, that yeah, some people are not going to like you and some people are going to love you, and yeah, you have to focus on the positives and not always keep on hanging on the negatives. So yeah, I'm starting to learn, I'm growing up, it's happening.
Absolutely. That is so wonderful. So, yeah, in addition to being a singer, you are also a songwriter. Can you talk a little bit about that process of songwriting and maybe, if you prefer to write for yourself, if you like to write for other people, and how do you feel about singing songs that you did not write yourself?
Well, actually, I love being a songwriter. It has been a couple of years, and I love like telling stories for other people, trying to crawl in their skin and telling their story. That's something I think I will always do. I love it too much, songwriting for other people, and yeah, I think if someone would write a song for me that I really enjoy, I would probably just sing it. I don't really care if I wrote it or not. Being a songwriter, I have like if if it's good, it's good. I wouldn't deny it. And like yeah, I don't know. I like putting my own little touch in my songs because my family, my friends, they always say like, Chérine, I hear that you wrote it. And I like that when people say that, like, ah, it has that Chérine touch. So I think I'll always have like this little input, but I don't really mind singing something that somebody else wrote. If I really like it, I would probably just go on stage and sing it like it was my story. But yeah, I really love writing for other people too. And for me, I write in French, and for others, I write in English and in Dutch, and sometimes in French too. But French is very close to my heart. So I always say, like, in my head, I think in English and Dutch, but my heart, it sings in French. So I want to share that little part. That's why it's extra scary having like my music out there, because it's really like straight from my heart, and it makes me so vulnerable. I'm like this little chipmunk showing the world, and yeah, that's it's scary, but I love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have actually been wondering about that because it is the Flemish broadcaster this year, and you are from Flanders. And a lot of people, I think, were expecting songs in Dutch, and then you came with songs in French. And last year, there were no French songs. And so I think people are really excited, actually, about that choice that you made to sing a song in French.
We could use a little French, you know, it's such a beautiful language. And I'm such a big Eurovision fan, and I like when countries sing a song in their own language. So in Belgium we have we have three languages. We have French, we have Dutch, and yeah, singing in Dutch is not something that suits me. So yeah, singing in French became like easily, it was something spontaneous. So I really wanted to sing in my native language, if it was Dutch or French, but French is just, yeah, it's just me.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's something I kind of thought about, that I know I like Italy, when they sing in Italian with Måneskin and things like that. I love that. I don't know why. And even if it's a language I don't understand anything about, it has a different feel. It has like this little magic thing when you sing in your native language. And yeah, I think that's why I chose French also, and because it's like this little, okay, big part of my heart.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because actually a lot of Euro fans agree with you. I agree with you. I really love hearing other languages, specifically Estonian and Albanian. I love
Oh,
those languages. I don't understand them, but they just touch me. Like I feel those languages very well. And a lot of people, though, talk about bringing back the language rule, which was present in the earlier stages of the competition. And I was wondering your opinion on that because you do have multiple languages that you sing in. And of course, in Belgium, you could do a choice of languages, but in other countries, artists wouldn't necessarily have that choice. They would be forced to sing in that language. And I'm wondering where you kind of fall on that debate. Do you think something like a language rule should be brought back? Or do you think artists should be given the choice to sing in the language that they would prefer to sing in?
that's a super good question. Personally, I like it more when the artists sing in their own language. But if it's like obligated, you you don't have like the heart and the emotion in it. So I can imagine like artists just trying to sing in their native language because it has to be. And I like it more when it's spontaneous and it's like, no, that's where I should be and that's the direction I should go. And that's why I don't think it should be a rule again. I like it, but it's not, I don't know. I wouldn't be like, you have to sing in your native language. I would be so sad, but I kind of like the concept. I'm not gonna lie. I like it when people sing in there. For me, I would be like, oh, that's beautiful, but I can't imagine that not everybody has that. So it's a good question, difficult one.
It's a difficult question. And I think people, argue about it a lot. And there are, both reasons on both sides. However, I'm more of the opinion that like people will be rewarded for doing those languages. And I think we've seen that. Ukraine won in a fully Ukrainian song. Portugal has won in fully Portuguese songs. And I think the audience, they will resonate with it. And then the artists get to choose. And I think artists being able to be artists is the most important thing in a creative contest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree.
So regarding Eurosong, this is not your first TV singing competition. You had also been on The Voice. And I'm really interested to know, like, even though Eurosong hasn't totally happened yet, like it's not finished, what can you say are like the differences or the similarities between those two contests?
Well, there are huge differences. Like in The Voice, you're like a participant. You're not like the artist. You're more like one of the participants. And you don't get like this free speech in everything. Like, I want those colors, I want those clothes, I want to sing those songs. Like, everything is a bit more limited. So you get like, okay, you have a list of songs, we can choose one, we have to do this, you have to do that. And now at Eurosong, it's like I'm an artist. I'm one of the artists. And it's not like you're a participant, you're an artist that is participating at Eurosong. So I see like I get a lot more free space to have my creative ideas. When I say like, okay, I see this and that and this, they're like, okay, we're gonna try to make it. And that's really cool. And I assembled my own team. So I'm like, okay, I want this stylist and this one to make the costumes. And everything is like a bit more freely. You still have boundaries, but I can express myself more like an artist than just have like this little box in The Voice, like this is Chérine and she will sing these songs. Now I'm like, this is Chérine and she's singing her own songs.
I love that. That is so cool. And since you brought up styling, please tell us a little bit about the stylist you've worked with and your amazing costume that you wore on the show.
Yeah, I'm working with Farah Al-Bastani. And Caroline Bosmans is the one who is the designer of the dresses. It's actually children's clothing, but it's high fashion children's clothing, and it's too cool. And yeah, I'm small and I look like a 12-year-old child, so the dress was perfectly. And I don't know, I love everything she makes. It's very like playful, but still you don't look like a 12-year-old. It's like, okay, this could be worn for a concert or something. And for me, because some people are like, it's too extreme, but for me it was like casual. I was a more casual dress, and then on Eurovision, Eurosong, I will wear a different dress, but apparently it wasn't that casual. But I like this flowy type of loose fits that also make my legs look longer, because I'm super short and I want to be like tall. It's like Ariana, I'm the same height as Ariana Grande. Wow. So we're small people. We have to show some leg to be a little bit taller. So,
I never would have guessed that you were short based on the video. You are like, because you're larger than life. That's when I see you, I think like she's larger than life. And I thought it was funny that people were comparing your dress to a cake, because you went and you did the cake thing. That was the most amazing publicity stunt I think I've ever seen following Eurovision.
Yeah, well, it was my idea. I was talking with the daughter of my manager, and we were like just sharing ideas with each other. And all of a sudden, she was like, "Yeah, maybe you should like start singing in a shopping center, just like people watching you." And I was like, maybe I should start singing in a cake, because my manager says like you're the cherry on top of the cake. And I was like, maybe I should literally be the cherry on top of the cake, but like inside the cake. And I called my manager and he was like, okay, this sounds crazy, but let's do it. And he helped me make the whole cake, which was extremely difficult. I was super useless because I didn't understand anything. And I'm super clumsy also. So I dropped everything like 20,000 times. But we made it, and it was a cake. And I fell down an escalator and the cake is still intact. It's like it has nothing. we made that, and it's still like perfect.
So, but the cake was undamaged, but you ended up hurting your knees. So please tell us, how are your knees? Have they healed? Are you better?
I have one blue knee. Wait, I'm gonna show you. Like this one.
Oh,
Yeah, so but it's only the right one, and we decided that we're probably gonna wear something over my legs, so we're not gonna show the blue knees. But at least I'm still like whole. I'm happy. I could have lost like teeth or something, but the cake was like it protected me.
it did look like it. It was like you were wearing a giant airbag.
So it was just the knees, because I felt like on my knees and like butt in the air, and then the cake was protecting my face, so I could have dropped like full frontal face, lost all my teeth. It's way more awful, so I'm happy I survived. Bad, I made it.
Well, I think we all loved the publicity stunt, and more than even the love for the publicity stunt, we're glad that you're okay, because that would have been terrible if you had gotten hurt doing that.
Oh,
Okay, I've got one final question for you.
yeah.
And it's kind of a quick one, but it might be a hard one. So,
Okay.
if you could do a collaboration with any other Eurovision singer, who would it be? And would you want to sing with them as a duet, or would you want to write a song for them?
Oh, the last part was, oh my God. Okay, so I know which, I directly, my mind goes to John Steers, because his voice is like the voice of an angel sent from above. And imagine being with him in the studio. I think I would forget to sing. Like I would constantly be looking at him like, I love you. And definitely John Steers. And I don't know, I would be honored to write something for him, but at the same time, like if I could do like a little verse, a little backing, I'm okay with that. I would do it. I'm okay. Just like, do you hear me? I'm on John Steers' song, so like that would just be like for my ego and for my self-esteem. Like I hear myself in the background. But yeah, definitely John Steers. He's, I don't know what he did to me, but I fell in love with him like the first time I saw him on the stage and everything. And yeah, he has something. It's John Steers. Always John. Mwah!
Oh, I love that. And I'm sure that all of the Euro fans will be like spamming Twitter, like, we want Chérine and John's tears, because everyone would love to see that. I just know everyone would love that. We need to make that happen. First, you have to win Eurosong and go to Eurovision, and then we're going to get you a duet with John's tears.
I'm gonna manifest this.
We're manifesting it. Yes. Well, Chérine, it was so wonderful to speak with you, and I wish you bon chance at Eurosong.
Thank you so much, Renata. It was so nice to speak to you.
Thank you. And